What's the worst your family did while you were away? When I left for college, I made my little brother promise to take care of my car. It wasn't just any car. It was a 1995 Honda Civic that I bought with money from 3 years of working nights at Pizza Hut. I saved every tip, every overtime shift, just to buy something that was mine. The paint was faded, and the radio only picked up 2 stations. But I loved that car more than anything I'd ever owned. My brother begged me to let him drive it to school sometimes, and I said yes because I trusted him. He was only 16, but he was family. But when I came home for Thanksgiving break, something felt wrong the moment I pulled into our driveway. My parking spot was empty. I walked inside and asked where my car was, but my brother just shrugged and said he lent it to his girlfriend for the week. Her dad was a mechanic and was fixing something small, but his eyes wouldn't meet mine and his voice sounded weird. I called the girlfriend and asked when I could get my car back. She got quiet for a long moment, then told me she didn't know what I was talking about. She said she'd never borrowed any car from my brother. My stomach dropped. I hung up and confronted him again, but this time he broke down. He told me he crashed it 2 weeks ago, totaled it, but instead of calling me or our parents, he sold it to a junkyard for $300 and kept the money. I stood there staring at him, and for the first time in my life, I wanted to hit my own brother, but I didn't yell or cry. I just walked to his room and started packing. Not my stuff, his stuff. Every piece of clothing, every game, every poster he had on the wall. I packed it all into garbage bags while he watched from the doorway asking what I was doing. I loaded everything into my mom's car and drove to Goodwill. I donated every single thing he owned and kept the receipt. When I got back home, he was crying and asking why I did that. I told him he sold the one thing I worked for, so I gave away everything he had for free. But that wasn't even the best part. The next morning, I posted the story on every social media platform he used. I tagged his girlfriend, his friends, his basketball team. I told everyone exactly what he did and how he'd lied about it for weeks. I even posted a picture of the Goodwill receipt with a caption that said, "When your brother sells your car for $300, his clothes make great donations." His friends started texting him asking if it was true. His girlfriend broke up with him that same day. Even kids at his school were talking about it. He came home furious, saying I'd ruined his life and embarrassed him in front of everyone he knew. I looked at him and said the same thing he told me when I found out about my car. I shrugged and said it was just stuff and he could always get more. He gave away something that took me 3 years to earn, so I gave away everything he had in one afternoon. My parents tried to make me apologize, but I refused. I told them if they wanted to replace his clothes, they could use the $300 he got for destroying my car. After that, I never trusted him with anything again. And every time he asked me for help, I reminded him of the Honda Civic that used to sit in our driveway.